Man United entered this Manchester derby in yet another stage of upheaval. 1 week after the sacking of Ruben Amorim, the club has turned Michael Carrick as head coach. Darren Fletcher briefly took charge for 2 matches before returning to the under-18s role, leaving Carrick to face the monstrous task of making his first appearance in Old Trafford against title contenders Man City. This should have been a moment for measured discussion and serious football analysis, and instead, it descended into farce. On The Good, the Bad and the Football podcast, Nicky chose to ridicule Lisandro Martinez, claiming that Erling Haaland would pick him up and run with him like a father carrying a toddler. While Scholes, rather than challenging the comment or offering any tactical concept, laughed, then added that Haaland would score and throw Martinez into the net. For a fan base already exhausted by chaos, incompetence and regression, this was not banter, it was utter embarrassment. What makes Butt and Scholes' comments particularly galling is not merely their tone, but their complete detachment from reality. Lisandro Martinez has faced Erling Haaland 6 times. In 5 of those matches, Haaland failed to score. That is not opinion, conjecture or nostalgia. It's a verifiable fact. United fan Phil Brown was quick to point this out publicly, highlighting how effortlessly Butt's claim collapses under even minimal scrutiny. Martinez is not selected to physically dominate Haaland in the air. He's selected to deny space early, disrupt timing, engage aggressively on the ground and force strikers away from central danger zones. This is modern defending, something Butt and Scholes appear on increasingly incapable of understanding. Reducing elite football to a playground-sized comparison is not analysis. It is intellectual laziness dressed up as authority. Michael Carrick begins his tenure under immense pressure. United are winless in 4 matches across all competitions, and uncertainty surrounds both tactical identity and personnel selection. Although Carrick is expected to retain the back 4 reintroduced in the 2-2 draw against Burnley, the defensive unit remains under intense scrutiny following months of instability under Amorim. Martinez has recently returned from injury and has made 10 appearances since Christmas, continuing to justify his reputation as one of United's most reliable defenders. However, with Maguire now fit again and multiple options available, Carrick faces real decisions. This is precisely why Butt and Scholes' comments are so damaging. They do not merely insult a player, they actively distort the narrative around a squad already lacking confidence, while offering Carrick absolutely nothing of tactical value ahead of his most important and difficult fixture. This episode is not an anomaly, it is part of a long-standing pattern. Scholes has repeatedly been criticized for shallow, relentlessly negative punditry. Even Jose Mourinho once dismissed his commentary by stating that Scholes criticizes without analyzing. Years later, that assessment looks generous. Scholes rarely explains structure, movement or decision making. Instead, he defaults to grumbling nostalgia and simplistic judgment. Nicky fares no better. His analysis routinely confuses provocation with insight. He has previously suggested that young talents such as Kobe Mainoo should leave United to develop elsewhere, implying that staying would somehow be embarrassing. While that might be the case, these are not the views of a thoughtful football mind. These are not things that an ex-player, a respected pundit should be saying. These are the ramblings of someone trading reputation for relevance. Together, Butt and Scholes represent a worrying trend in football media where status replaces substance and ignorance is amplified by legacy. The conclusion is unavoidable. Scholes and Butt were outstanding footballers, but that does not entitle them to talk nonsense without consequence. Lisandro Martinez has consistently shown that he can handle elite strikers, including Erling Haaland. United's defensive issues stem from structural failures, midfield protection and collective organization, not from Martinez being physically inadequate. To suggest otherwise is either willful dishonesty or a fundamental misunderstanding of the game. United supporters are not asking for blind praise. They're asking for intelligence, honesty and analysis grounded in reality. If Scholes and Butt are unwilling to or unable to provide that, then their opinions deserve to be challenged as aggressively as any other flawed argument.